Welcome to Topic 1. I am Shayla Lanier and I will be your instructor through this course. Okay, this week is big. You have more work than any of the following weeks this week. So first, the reading. That is how you will be successful in this and any history class. There's always a lot of reading. It seems history has more reading than most other classes. Doing the reading just sets you up to be successful. I recommend doing it before you complete each topic's assignment. It's also helpful to read things that are going to tie to the discussion prompts if you can before them. The first discussion is due on Wednesday, your initial post. The second one is Friday. Sometimes, I work full time, so sometimes it's a struggle to get reading done for a midweek assignment. But just kind of keep that in mind. One thing that does help me is to get up 30 minutes earlier than I normally would. When I'm disciplined with that and I do it 7 days a week, that adds 3.5 hours of reading to my week. But you have to be disciplined with it. You can't get up, it's cold. So sometimes I get up and I snuggle with my blanket and then I'm just scrolling my phone for 30 minutes. That is not helpful. So I have learned, don't touch the phone. And then I can be productive and get that reading done for 30 minutes. So you'll find a balance, but that's something I do recommend. It's easy to get up 30 minutes early, especially once you make it a habit. So just keep that in mind. And if you have a day that, a lot of times on Sunday, there's not activities for kids. Sometimes you can sleep in a little bit if you have later church or something like that. And then, so if you were going to sleep until 8, maybe get up at 7:30. But, what I find is just my house is quiet. If I won't touch my phone is quiet. And I'm able to really focus and get those 30 minutes in every morning. So that's a suggestion that works for me. If you find something that works for you, please share it because we all struggle with time management. All right, so today you're putting your summary of current course knowledge. Just what do you know, what do you not know? Most people do not love history, and that's okay. Most people did not have a good high school experience with history. I am one of those people. But then I got into college and I had an instructor who loved history, and I found that I did too. So it does apply to us more than we think. And that's one thing. A lot of times history, we think it's just this removed dates and names and things that happened a long time ago. But actually, if we look at history, there's a pattern, right? There's a quest for power. There's a quest for prosperity. There's a quest for love. There's all those same things still going on today. We're not that far removed. And so it tells us a lot about ourselves as we study history. President Harry Truman said, the only things that are new in the world is the history you do not know. And I think that's true. I think history repeats. I think we as humans, we have the same motivations. And so it's a lot of studying human nature, the study of history. All right, so that's today. Your summary of current course knowledge. Then on Wednesday, it's your class introduction. Your introduction is done. You can share as much or as little as you feel like, but it's nice for me. I look forward to meeting you. And then you respond to the first discussion. So initially, when the Europeans showed up, they did a lot of trade with the Native Americans who were already here. And at first, that system of trade was mutually beneficial. So you're looking at the mutual benefits of that system early on. Then on Friday, you have your second discussion. You're looking at, there was a triangle of trade moving across the Atlantic Ocean. And so you're analyzing how did each side of the triangle impact the other two. Then on Sunday, you have your assignment. And so you pick 3 British colonies pre-1776 when we declared independence. And you go through and you analyze why were they founded, how did each of the 3 interact with indigenous populations, how did the indigenous groups respond or adapt to the colonists. So that's your assignment. Read the instructions carefully. Your assignment should be at least 600 words before you add your sources at the end. There are always word count requirements, and those are set to ensure that you understand the material you're studying. And then you need 3 to 5 scholarly references listed in APA style. So if you get into that habit of listing your references, even if you paraphrase absolutely everything, which is a good habit to paraphrase because then you're putting it in your own words, it indicates that you understand it. That's a good habit. But even when you paraphrase another source, you've got to give that source credit. So reach out with any questions. Participation is 6 replies to your peers throughout the week. So if you have a crazy week and you have to do all 6 replies on Saturday, that's fine. Even if they're all 6 on Sunday, that's fine. Just make sure you get 6 replies, substantive replies. So substantive means you give feedback on what they have said, your fellow classmates have said, and you add something new or you ask a question, substantive. You keep the discussion going. Reach out with questions. Welcome to class and have a great week.